Hello everybody, Kip Teitsort with an episode of Chronicles of a Culture Changer from DT4 EMS. I did a couple of short ones in Alaska, and if you noticed, for whatever reason, I had such a poor connection up there that last night and the night before, just out of random, it was posting videos again on Facebook from when I was up there. So it would take like 3 hours to upload a 2-minute video, so it was rather interesting, but it was a lot of fun. So today I've got a couple of things to cover. And first of all, if you've watched any of the media outlets right now, all over the news is a report of a pervert who worked in the hospital who was fondling a patient, and the person was actually able to catch this on video. So here we have a patient that's being sexually assaulted by a staff member, and it makes national news. Yet I've traveled all across the country, and I've met providers that have been sexually assaulted by drunk or drugged individuals, having them everything from grabbing their butts or trying to stick their hands down the front of a staff member's pants and stuff like that. And the excuse is always that they're a patient, and so since they're drunk or high, it doesn't matter. Don't you think that's ironic, folks, that just because we're wearing a specific uniform, what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander? So if a provider touches a supposed patient inappropriately, it makes national news. But if a supposed patient touches a provider, it's not news. How many more things do we need to share with you to show you that there's a problem with the culture in emergency medicine? I guarantee you, if a drunk or drugged individual tried to put his hands down the pants of a police officer, there would be charges, and then the police officer obviously would have been able to defend himself or herself. If a clerk working in a convenience store had a drunk or drugged individual try to sexually molest them or assault them in any type of manner, that would have made national news. Just wanted to try to point out the irony that if it happens to supposed staff doing it to a patient, it makes national news. If it happens from a patient doing it to staff, it's not news. And again, I know what you're thinking, yeah, but we're held to a higher standard. I agree. But being assaulted is not part of our job. Being criminally assaulted, whether it be sexually or physically, even emotionally, is not part of our job. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to accept that, because here's the quick one. If all these states have laws against criminally assaulting staff, now in some states have now enhanced penalties for someone who's drunk or whatever who criminally assaults staff. What is it that the lawmakers know that our field of emergency medicine doesn't know? So how is it these lawmakers recognize there is a problem, but our own frontline staff and administration refuse to admit the fact that there is a problem with the way that violence and the use of force goes on in medicine? So that's just it. It's just, ironic to me that if one happens to one, it's news. If one happens to the other, it's not news. So with that being said, I've had to get away from handling all of the shirts, the t-shirts. We're changing gears here from one, because I just can't keep up with everything that we're doing here out of the home office and with what we're doing organizational wide across the country. So we've partnered with one of our training centers, and they're going to handle the shirts. So those that have been wanting one of the double tap shirts, okay, you can get those off the website. And then also check it out. We've got our new, what we're calling kind of like the street angel. And the front side of it here is the whole saving yours while you save others. But the back side is our street angel. So if I can get this here straight up. So hold it up here where everybody can see it. There. So if you want either one of those, and we're going to have a lot more products up there for everybody, you can follow the link on the website. And speaking of the website, if you haven't looked at it lately, the www.dt4ems.com website, you need to go check it out. It is much more user-friendly, funnels you right to where the information is that you're looking for. You're able to get to the Culture Changer blog. You can check the current events and see what classes we've got coming up across the country. Anything that is really relevant to our changing the culture and our message, you can really get to a lot of that information there from the website. But I'm telling you, it looks totally different. If you haven't been there in a few weeks, totally different than what it was. Guys, so again, my little rant on changing the mentality of what happens inside of a hospital or inside the back of an ambulance or the firefighter on the EMS run. We've got to get this mentality changed that just because we're wearing a uniform, when someone commits a criminal act towards us, we don't just go, well, it's just part of the job, because it's not. Even the laws say that it's not. It's a culture thing. It's not what's right versus what's wrong. It is our culture that allows us to believe these things. The next thing was shirts are now available. You can get those. I have nothing to do with them anymore. That we'll just go handle it through our partnering with Michiana Healthcare out of Michigan. And then the website is all new. So if you believe in what we're doing, please share these videos around. Tell people about what it is that we're doing. And, just check out the testimonials. testimonials and what people keep saying. We've got them in video form and writing. Guys, it's all for you. We're trying to make a difference to help you. And so help us help others. Let people know we exist. I'm Kip Teitsort, and this has been an episode of Chronicles of the Culture Changer. Thanks so much for watching.